So you have horseradish growing in your garden and you're ready to dig it up. Well, today I'm going to show you how I do this, and I'm going to share some best practices with you, so stick around. Welcome to True Freedom Permaculture, where I show you all the tips and tricks you need to have a green thumb, even if you weren't born with one. Let's head out to my garden. All you need for this is a garden fork and a sharp knife. I've seen some people use a shovel, but I prefer using a garden fork. I think it's easier and you have less of a chance of damaging the roots. And this is my horseradish plant. As you can see, it's gotten quite large. So something I wanted to show you is that each horseradish plant might have multiple crowns. So I'll try to pull back some of these leaves here so you can see it a little bit better. But can you see that? 1, 2, 3. First, I go around in a circle with my garden fork, and I loosen the soil by gently rocking the fork back and forth. I leave about a 3 to 4 inch gap or so in between the base of the horseradish and where I insert my fork. If I want to put my fork right up against the plant, I would damage a lot of the root. Sometimes I have to use my hands to feel around for the root, as it doesn't always just grow straight down. Sometimes it grows off to the side or diagonally. The best time to harvest horseradish is in the fall or early spring, as they say the cool soil makes the horseradish more pungent. However, you definitely want to dig it up before the ground freezes though, or else you won't be able to get it out. Once I'm able to get the main taproot out, the roots extend deep into the ground. So that's where my sharp knife comes in handy, because then I use it to cut the roots so I can pull the taproot out. I like to just pull off the leaves and drop them in place as mulch. You can eat the leaves, but they're best when they're young and tender in the early spring. As far as planting horseradish, I really don't unless I want to move it into a different spot. It kind of works out because inevitably a small bit of horseradish root will break off and be left in the ground, and that will be enough to sprout another plant the following year. So if some of the root breaks off, it actually helps me. And this actually reminds me of when I harvest Jerusalem artichokes too. It's the same thing. You have to actually try to not have them grow in the same place next year. This is the piece I just dug out, and it's a little bit broken off from, I don't know, maybe my garden fork or where I cut it off, but I'm leaving a little bit in the ground, which is okay. And what you want is the main section here. You don't want all the long spindly side roots that grow out. You want this main section, which is called the taproot. Now you'll be able to harvest your own horseradish quite easily. I hope you found this video helpful. If you're starting to think about harvesting horseradish, it probably means that the weather's starting to cool down in your area. And you might want to think about getting your garden beds ready for fall planting if you haven't already. In this video coming up here, I show you exactly how I do this step by step. I'll meet you over there.